Hi, everybody. Got some bad news. On Thursday this week, we lost one of our brothers out in the woods. And I waited. I think he got hit on Thursday, but I didn't want to mess it up like I did with Josh when this happened to Josh. So I waited a couple days so I can keep myself together instead of losing it like I did with him. Jerry, I thought the world of him. I looked up to him. I was attracted to him. I mean, I was drawn to him. He had the personality where he was witty, he was sharp, and he looked at a lot of things the way I looked at it. And we used each other a lot for think tank type of stuff, and we bounced ideas off each other. And through that, we kind of got, I wouldn't say me and Jerry's close, but I wouldn't say we wasn't close. He was a damn good daddy. To let him sit there and talk about what all his kids has done, his kids has all been through college. They all got big jobs. They're all big members to society. His wife is awesome. She got a big job. And like, to hear Jerry explain to you what the family does, it's just amazing that a logger can make that future for his family. I mean, he was kind of an inspiration in that manner, you know. He worked with his dad. They was really close. Really, just the type of, you know, every once in a while there's a logging crew you just get drawn to. Yeah, you see them out and about and you just get drawn to them. So when you drive past their job site, you're like, you turn on in and check them out. You know what I mean? It's just, and they was, and their personalities, I mean, they was good at logging. I mean, they was just, somebody asked me the other day, said, what happened? I said, don't matter. Don't matter what happened. If this can happen to Jerry, there ain't none of us safe out there. There ain't none of us that's safe. He knowed how to do all of it. And he was good at all of it. And he'd been doing all of it for years. The fact that this could happen to him just floored me. I don't know how to. Just floored me. The fact that this could happen to him. I don't know what else to say. It's awful. The fact that this could happen to him is awful. This industry has killed off loggers for years. And there's not very many of them left. And there's very, very, very few left that's that caliber logger. And the fact that this could happen to him, I should have waited a couple more days. I mean, I would have had more smarter things to say. Jerry, buddy, he took Calvin for a ride the other day in his new Mack truck. Some of his stuff's in my videos. I don't know if I ever got Jerry on camera or not. I think I have. I've tormented him on camera before. But we tormented each other constantly about trucks. He was part of the Mack truck school, you know. And Calvin Malvin, he takes Calvin with him. So he rides Calvin. He got this new house. He's built. I mean, all his ducks are in order. I mean, this man had his life together. And he was mulching his trees out in the backyard. So he'd call me and say, hey, I'm coming in. I'm going to get some mulch. All right, I'll meet you up, whatever, and load you. And well, one day we met up at the mulch plant. Calvin's up there riding with Daddy. It's on a Saturday. Calvin, when the kids was hanging out with Daddy. And, of course, that new Mac, he's got that big Mac. I think it's a Granite. No, it's a Vision, I believe. But anyways, well, Calvin wants to ride with him. So Calvin's riding with him. And by the time he got from the mulch plant to the mill, he's tried to convince Calvin that Macs are the best. So then here we stand in the office. It's me and Jerry, and I'm trying to get Calvin convinced that, Jerry's full of baloney. Corn International is the best. Daddy's truck is the best truck. My whole jalopy is way better than Jerry's truck. And it's funny to see two full-grown men trying to compete against each other for this child's approval. But that's the type of shit he would do. He was just golden. He was a stand-up. And his dad was there with, I can't even imagine what the family's going through. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. So, everybody always tries to take a situation like this and shoulda, woulda, coulda, and stuff like that, and there ain't no, can I help you?
Can we get something to eat?
Well, you just ate at Granny's.
That was 2 hours ago.
Well, go. I don't care. Get something to eat. Don't eat junk food.
Okay.
Thanks for interrupting, Daddy.
Can I have something?
I am welcome. Okay.
I want something to drink.
Don't spill it. Or I'll beat Mr. Flamingo. You hear me?
Well, Mr. Flamingo doesn't get beat. He hides.
Mr. Flamingo hides?
Yeah.
Does he put his head in the sand?
No.
Well, he puts his head in the sand. That's how a flamingo hides. Go get your food. Daddy's talking. Boy.
To yourself?
No, I'm talking to this camera. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Yeah. But anyways, everybody starts into shoulda, woulda, coulda. I ain't gonna do that. Jerry was among the best. Could have arguably been the best. I ain't gonna say either one. But I'll tell you what he was more than anything is a selfless individual and a hard-working man and been dedicated to this industry for years. And Dave called me and told me what happened. I basically, it ruined the rest of my day. I just didn't do nothing. I don't know what, I just can't believe that it happened to Jerry. At all people. I've worked with some rough characters over the years. And the fact that it could happen to him just... I tell you what, if I was going to do a shoulda, woulda, coulda in this scenario, it's get mechanized. Jerry was in the middle of getting mechanized. He had a buncher, he'd bought a buncher, and he was starting to use it more and more. But you know, he's a professional. So when you're a professional and you buy a buncher, you don't take your buncher out and just start, because you got to make mistakes and you got to learn from them and you got to do this. So you scatter it out, you just use it in the easy spots until you get more comfy. And then next thing you know, you're getting a little bit steeper ground, a little bit bigger timber, and then it takes about, I'm about 4 or 5 years into running a buncher, and I'm just now getting to where there's very few trees I hand cut. Like there's jobs that there's no hand cutters on. You know, there's still jobs that are 85% buncher cut and 15% hand cut, but very seldom. It takes most of our jobs is. But there's a transition period. If you're a good logger like he was, there's a transition period you go through where it takes you time to get worked up to that. And he was in the middle of working himself up to that, and this happened. So I don't know. I ain't got nothing smart to say. Rest in peace. I know for one, I'll never forget him. It's awful. The fact that that could happen to Jerry is awful. All right, I'll shut up. This is going on long enough. Jerry, I love you, buddy. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry for all your family, and I'm sorry. Man, I'm going to miss you big time. I think everybody around you's going to miss you, man. He's such a strong individual. Later, guys.